glorious day for the second of the playoff finals, and it's the turn of Coca-Cola League One. Millwall against Scunthorpe for the right to play in the Championship next season. Will it be Lion or Iron winning promotion today at Wembley? It's the culmination of the season for these two clubs. One goes up, one stays down. Millwall against Scunthorpe for one remaining place in the Coca-Cola Championship. It's live on Sky Sports 1 and HD1. Welcome to Wembley Stadium. Today is all about going up or going down. This is the going up part, and with us is Peter Beagrie. Peter, have you ever seen Wembley like this before, with so many Millwall fans, nearly 45,000, outnumbering the Scunthorpe fans by about 5 to 1?
Well, no, I've never seen anything like this, George, but you know, that in itself could bring a pressure if Millwall don't start well today.
OK, let's hear from both managers get their final word, Kenny Jackett and Nigel Adkins. And first of all, Greg Whelan asked Kenny Jackett about their tremendous support for Millwall today.
Yeah, it shows fantastic potential at the club. First off, we have to get it right on the pitch, but if we do and they see some effort, some commitment, some good football, then our supporters will be fantastic, and what we've got to try to do as a side is to capitalise on that.
Gary Hooper starts. How big a boost is that for you and the rest of the team?
Well, it's good. I mean, Gary scored 30 goals for us this season. The last goal he scored was at Wembley. He's had a bit of a barren patch since then, so he's due a couple of goals today, so hopefully he might just go and do that.
What will your message be to your players today?
Seize the day, carpe diem, simple as that. 60 games we've had this season, and it's all down to this one game now to give ourselves a chance to get back to the Championship.
We've tried to build up exactly the same as we would normally. All of the peripheral things, keep them there, concentrate on the game, concentrate on Scunthorpe, concentrate on your own performance.
Thanks, Kenny.
It's a pleasure. Thanks.
Well, Millwall might have the support here today, Peter, and they certainly have, but the big team news there was that Gary Hooper is back in for Scunthorpe. 30 goals this season, 50 in total with Paul Hayes. What kind of difference will that make?
It's a massive difference. It's a great boost for them, and Nige said his last goal, whether he scored, was here. We saw in that Johnson Payne trophy, he settled really well, and he's got an eye for the spectacular, so that's a massive boost for Scunthorpe. And they're playing against the Millwall side, who it's all about tempo. And we've had a pitch side reading of about 44 degrees. I've got more of a sweat on than I ever did playing, George. And as far as Millwall are concerned, that could go against them as well.
Of course, Scunthorpe lost here in the JBT, didn't they? So will that work against them or for them?
Well, it's how they react, you know. Don't play the occasion, play the match. And in the Johnson's Payne, they settled really well. And it's interesting to see that they've used the same hotel. So Nigel's obviously happy with the preparation, and that in itself, I think, is a positive for them. But Millwall, very strong, very resilient, sort of contrasting styles, even though both teams will play a 4-4-2.
Scunthorpe beat Millwall twice in the league, but as we saw yesterday, you know, Shrewsbury had won 7-0 against Gillingham. Didn't matter a thing on the day, did it?
No, it counts for absolutely nothing, and it is a time for people to stand up, accept responsibility, and we look in both lineups. I think we talk about striking formations. Hooper Hayes will get you know, as much recognition as the likes of Harris and Alexander, but we look the two very good goalkeepers, Joe Murphy at one end and Ford at the other, and two very good sets of centre halves. So a very close game. It's been reflected in how close they were in the league.
Speaking to the managers there, are they very aware, do you think, of the heat here today?
Yes, absolutely, and we've seen Millwall sort of warm up in the shaded areas. Scunthorpe got the lads used to the heat by warming up on this side. You know, that was part of their preparation. But it's going to be important that any break in the game, fluids taken on board, and substitutions are imperative at the right time and for the right reasons.
Two passing teams today, Peter?
Two passing sides, yeah. Millwall probably a bit more physical than Scunthorpe, and do have an opportunity at set pieces, but you know, Scunthorpe be looking at Hayes and Hooper, 50 goals between 49% of Scunthorpe's goals, incredible record.
And just quickly, it's the 7th relayed pitch in this new stadium, but it looks okay, doesn't it?
Well, it's actually come from Scunthorpe, so Nigel Adkins thinks he's brought his own home pitch here, so whether that has a bearing at all, I don't know.
Yes, it is a Lincolnshire-grown grass here for the 7th relaying of the Wembley pitch. Lord Mulwiney is doing the handshakes, and once that's complete, we will have the national anthem. So, time to clear the stage and get ready for the drama. The Coca-Cola League One playoff final. Millwall against Scunthorpe live. It's the Coca-Cola League One playoff final between Millwall and Scunthorpe for the right to play in the Championship next season. Commentators Gary Birtles and Ian Dark.
Good afternoon on the hottest day of the year. Let's check the two sides view of this Millwall team. Only talisman Neil Harris has ever played at Wembley before. It's 8 years to the day since he was given the all-clear to play football again after recovering from cancer. There's one enforced change. Winger James Henry's loan has run out, so young Lewis Graben is in. Great news for Scunthorpe. Their 30-goal top scorer Gary Hooper has won his race to be fit. He scored 3 against Millwall this season. Sam Togwell returns in midfield. That means Gary Thompson and Liam Trotter miss out. 10 of this side have played at Wembley before, and 7 of them were relegated from the Championship a year ago. Winger Chris Hackett, who's been out of favour, has been summoned from the shadows. He's among the Millwall substitutes. And left-back Andrew Wright is fit again for Scunthorpe. He's on their bench. Referee's a big story today. The youngest ever for a Football League playoff final, 24-year-old Michael Oliver, completing a remarkable family double. His dad, Clive, handled the Gillingham-Shrewsbury match yesterday here at Wembley and is watching today. And as you've been hearing, they're playing on a pitch made in Lincolnshire. And the Scunthorpe manager, Nigel Adkins, thinks this is Scunthorpe's pitch. We'll see. Should be a great game, shouldn't it, Gary?
Well, listen to the atmosphere straight away. Absolutely brilliant. Best day of the year so far. Let's just hope it's the best football match.
Over 44,000 Millwall fans. Fantastic support here today. They're outnumbering the Scunthorpe supporters by 5-1 on the day. Of course, they've had a lot less far to travel. And remember, Scunthorpe are here for the second time in 7 weeks, having lost to Luton in that Johnston's Paint Trophy final. Thrilling game that was in early April. They won't be playing the occasion. They'll definitely be looking for a place back in the Championship they left last year. Here's Paul Hayes making the first raid, stopped by the Millwall skipper, Tony Craig.
Well, it'll be frenetic early on, won't it? People just want it to settle down, get used to this heat, because it is very hot, and that will play a part, I'm sure, the longer this game goes on.
Zach Whitbread with the header, the former Liverpool defender. It's forecast to be over 70 degrees today, or 21 if you prefer. It is hot down there, I can tell you, having stood around the tunnel prior to the kickoff. That's Neil Harris getting it away, scorer of such a vital goal in the semi-final triumph over Leeds United.
He has the ability to do that, doesn't he? Pop up with the vital goals, bags of experience, good in the dressing room for his team.
Ruford inside. Here's Gary Hooper back in the side. He only restarted training after 2 weeks of injury on Thursday, so there's an element of risk. But the word from the camp is he's fit and fresh and ready. Here's Alexander looking to tip one inside to Graben. He's in the side today because Henry, the winger, has had to go back to Reading. His loan's run out. Shame for him, that.
Well, it's all about seizing the opportunity and enjoying it, isn't it? We talk about that. It's difficult to do that, but Nigel Adkins, you heard, wanting his players to do exactly that. Go out and try and atone for the JTP trophy loss.
Sure, whatever the outcome today, the Millwall officials are hoping that some of these fans will be back at the Den next season. Nicely done. Here's Hooper trying to work something. Very, very dangerous combination, those two up front. Hayes and Hooper, 50 goals between them this season. This fella's got 30 of them.
Well, his touch wasn't particularly good, was it? A lot of space here. Just goes away from him, couldn't play it to his right. Hurt in the process as well. But that's what's going to happen early in a game. You're desperate to do everything right, and sometimes you're a bit tight and your first touch goes away from you.
Cooper gets the free kick here. Scunthorpe have won the last 4 times they've played against Millwall, including the double this season. Grant McCann with the free kick for them. Towards Crosby, who'd come up from the back. Free kick to Millwall.
Don't want to be doing that. Taking the pressure off. The ball's up in the air. It's in the box. They give a foul away. Take the pressure right off.
It's only the 3rd time Millwall have ever played at Wembley. They lost 2-0 to Chelsea in a wartime cup final in 1945, and 10 years ago, again, they brought massive support, lost to Wigan in the last minute. Harris here, getting behind, and a chance early on, and they nearly had it for Graben there.
Well, that's what Harris does well. Plays off the shoulder of the centre-half. It's a long, hopeful ball. He gets him behind. He doesn't try and hold the ball, just puts it in an area. Unfortunately for Scunthorpe, the header's straight to the goalkeeper. But this is what he does well. Looked up, saw that Graben was coming in, tried to play it into his path, but good early opportunity that for Millwall.
Different angle on the header. Millwall were ahead.
Yeah, goalkeeper perfectly placed. Difficult to generate the power with that header, though.
Only 21, young Lewis Graben, a former Crystal Palace player, has played in the Championship. Launched on, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving. Now Scunthorpe are almost old hands at Wembley. Look at that in their 11. They've got 11 players in the squad today, and Millwall, well, only Neil Harris has played at Wembley before. And Wolford, and here's a chance. It could be Scunthorpe United are ahead, and the goal comes from Matt Sparrow, their longest serving player. Scunthorpe United ahead after only 6 minutes.
What a start this is. He's not happy with what he saw in front of him, the defending. I think he's every right to be a little bit disappointed. It's a long ball from the goalkeeper. They don't deal with it at all. Lovely ball there, reverse, and nobody picks up the runner. Wolford did hit it well, but parried straight in the path of Sparrow in the roof of the net. There, gets a hand on it, doesn't do enough to put it beyond the goal. And there's Sparrow, gambling at that far post. Just gets there before, roof of the net. An absolutely wonderful start for Scunthorpe.
Matt Sparrow, born in Wembley, scores at Wembley.
His manager's slightly chuffed there, wasn't he? Well, they've started very positively.
What a moment that is for Scunthorpe. Their fans may be heavily outnumbered here, but the Iron are ahead. Mind you, they were ahead, weren't they, in the Johnston's Paint Trophy final against Luton, and lost it after extra time. They'll be mindful of that.
Yeah, they were very dominant in that game early on. Thought it was going to be a stroll, but Luton weren't having any of it. And they've got to remember that and not sit back on the laurels, rest on that 1-goal lead. They're just got to try and keep taking the game to Millwall and increase it if they can.
They do have some firepower up there. Here's Alexander trying to find a way through. He's going to get a free kick for that challenge. And Togwell in a bit of trouble with the referee.
Well, he is the ball winner in there, isn't he, Togwell? There he comes in from the side. He says he got the ball. He had contact on it, didn't he? It's always the follow-through. Hurts the player.
Well, it's a long lecture, but is it going to be a yellow card? No, the youngest ever playoff final referee, Michael Oliver, decides to keep it in his pocket. I think later in the game, Togwell would have been in deeper trouble, perhaps.
Well, he's done a cracker for me yesterday, and he started the game well. Unfussy, just realising how serious this occasion is for both teams.
Millwall looking to work something a little unexpected. Doesn't quite work out on that occasion. The only good news for them and their fans is they've got a long time to claw their way back into this. It's not like yesterday where Gillingham's winner really was killingly late as far as Shrewsbury were concerned.
Looks to stuff it right out of you. Kenny Jackett, he won't panic. I believe his players can get back into this game.
Well, 10 years ago, the only time that Scunthorpe United were ever promoted from the playoff route, Alex Calvo-Garcia got their winner in the 6th minute of the game. They scored in the 6th minute today. And Matt Sparrow, by the way, who got that goal, was watching in the crowd as a Scunthorpe youth team player that year. The same season, he missed a penalty on this ground in a youth team game, he told me before the kick-off.
Scary, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Probably means nothing.
Probably.
Andy Frampton with a long throw towards Gary Alexander, who tries to link up with Harris. His craft and experience will be vitally. Nearly found Graben there. Brought away by Morris.
Coolly done, wasn't it? Chested it down, realised there was no pressure on him.
Harris will get a free kick for the challenges. Togwell again, and I think this time he's definitely going in the book.
Well, he's saying, Mr. Oliver, isn't he? What choice have you given me there? I told you before, about a minute and a half ago. Well, the occasion can get hold of you. And I don't want Togwell to get too involved early in this game. In the book after 10 minutes. The way he plays the game, it could be a problem for him as the game goes on.
Yeah, 80 minutes, long time to stay out of trouble, isn't it? Whitbread. Murphy won the header. He's been very important signing for them from Huddersfield this season. And again it goes from Dunn, the fullback.
That's a good response from Millwall. The fans desperate to get behind them and get them back in this game.
Dunn, nicely worked. Graben. Good move from Millwall. They do look threatening themselves. But this is the man who's making the difference so far. Matt Sparrow's been with the club for 10 years.
And he gambles, doesn't he? He expects it to come across there. There he comes. Just gets there first. Little bit of acceleration. Keeper stops it, but doesn't get any pace to knock it wider. Just sits up nicely there for him. Just a follow-up and blast it in the roof of the net. A perfect start for them.
Graben. Harris was coming back from an offside position. Millwall had never won a playoff match in their history until they beat Leeds United at the Den in the first leg of the semi. This is the first time they've ever been in a final. Work to do for Kenny Jackett and his troops. And he lost in 2006 with Swansea on penalties in this division against Barnsley too. Crosby is the assistant manager of Scunthorpe United at the back there with the header away. Graben picks it up. Martin, the winger. And he is a danger man, David Martin.
Well, they need to get him in the game, don't they? They need to get possession out to him because he can cross the ball. He can provide the ammunition for them.
Can the Lions roar back here, having gone behind early? Martin with the corner kick. Scunthorpe defended well enough. And now they can maybe launch some kind of break. Gary Hooper. Wolford has gone out to the right-hand side this time onto his good left foot. That was a moment of danger too. Martin Wolford.
Oh, that's why he switched. Comfortable coming inside, and doesn't he do it well? Just checks there, gets his shot away with power. It is over the bar, but this is a danger when you've got a left footer coming in from that side.
Scored in the semis against MK Dons, trying to score in the final there.
It was a good goal as well in the semi. Adjusted his body really well. He was impressive in that game.
Hooper here with a bit of room, taking on Zach Whitbread. More claret shirts arriving in there. Hooper, oh, he's hit the outside of the post. That even crept past David Ford.
Well, you think a goalkeeper has his angles all covered, but didn't seem to have it there, did he? The important thing he does here is get in the box, then he can't be touched. Whitbread stays on his feet, and there, he'd probably say, I knew exactly what was going to happen there. But there's a little gap, isn't there? Squeezes it a little bit more, they're in trouble.
Here's Cliff Byrne. Here's the goalkeeper, Matt Sparrow.
Well, early in the game, 5 attempts, not bad. Look at Scunthorpe, massively on top in that area.
It's quite an open game, isn't it, for a playoff final so far, this?
Well, it's good to see, isn't it? When you listen to managers before the game talking about seize the opportunity, enjoy it. Well, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, and these two teams certainly want to seize the opportunity. Scunthorpe have done it so far, hit the post, 1-0 up. Millwall got to respond.
David Martin with the free kick. He's defended by Hayes. The striker has come back. He's got plenty of height to help out his defence. Useful tool, of course. Bold as ball. Now that was a late challenge. I wonder if this is going to be another booking. Sparrow, the referee, is walking over.
And he's saying, give me no option. What do you expect me to do? You were late. Just gets a toe in there. Look at that. It catches him late. That is a yellow card. He's got a really good position, the referee. And the shrug of the shoulders said, look, what option are you giving me? You were late. You caught him. I've got to book you.
1 goal, 2 yellow cards for Scunthorpe in the opening 16 minutes.
This is when the occasion can overtake you. Grab hold of you.
Martin, and again it was cut up by McCann, the Northern Ireland international. On the turn, Whitbread, not a bad effort.
Knew what he wanted to do, and why not? Just swiveled on the edge of the box. Just comes out, there it comes to him. Decides to have a go, and exactly, why not? Didn't get it all, but you never know.
Goalkeeper David Ford, who happened to miss being best man at a mate's wedding yesterday in Ireland, as Millwall completed their preparations for today, which hasn't started too happily for him and his side. Alexander's done well here. Harris trying to buy a little half-yard. Oh, grab and shot. Hit Murphy on the way through. Otherwise, it might have been on its way.
Didn't know a lot about it, did he? There you see Harris is experienced again. Gets to the near post, holds the ball, and then lays it off.
Tremendously open game. Here's Sparrow again, looking to cause some mischief. Wolford is in there once again, too. The flying winger, who's a real thorn in Millwall's side early on here.
He is, but that was excellent defending. Could have dived in there, didn't, stayed on the feet and just pushed him wide.
Yesterday we saw Gillingham make an instant return with their playoff win. Is Scunthorpe going to do something similar, because they went down from the Championship, remember, a year ago. Plenty of these players were in action for them last season as well, and were disappointed the way it all worked out. Filling in as an emergency left back. They've got a few injuries in that area. over the playoff period, Scunthorpe. It didn't work out for them. Murphy with the header.
He's filled in very well at that back as well.
Hayes. His brother Martin played in 2 League Cup finals here at Wembley for Arsenal. Here he is on the ball again now.
Both teams have got to be aware about this pitch as well. It's not running through. Truly, it was holding up yesterday. Sometimes when you're going to play a back pass, you've got to put a little bit more on it.
Byrne was in quickly. Stray boots. Scunthorpe get the free kick. McCann, the player who holds things together in that midfield. Good challenge though. Here's Harris. Alexander making a diagonal run in front of him. Instead it's Lewis Graben. Takes on Morris, gets a good-looking cross in as well. Promising that bowled out from range. Blocked on the way through. Millwall are knocking on the door a bit.
Yeah, a couple of blocks just in the last couple of minutes. From Scunthorpe, very important ones.
Jimmy Abdu wide to David Martin. Free kick Millwall.
Well, they have responded magnificently, haven't they? They're on the front foot now. Crowd, as you can hear, getting right behind them, and there you see the respective possession. It's been pretty even, Stevens. End-to-end stuff. The midfield at times being missed out. Not a lot in it at all.
Hopes rise in the hearts of 44,000 Millwall supporters here at Wembley as they get a free kick here some 25 yards out. Looks like Martin's going to hit it. He does. It took a deflection. Corner.
Try and keep this pressure on Scunthorpe, hoping to just get back in this game.
Into the Millwall corner. Easily cleared, not very far. Comes out to Boulder. Trying to work a little 1-2. He nearly found its way back to Alan Boulder as well.
This wouldn't fall into his path, but it just got trapped between his feet.
Sparrow and Togwell, both of those 2 players, remember, booked early for Scunthorpe and walking the tightrope to some extent. Alan Dunn cutting it out, long-serving Millwall player.
At the moment, it's Scunthorpe giving so many free kicks away.
It's Togwell again, wasn't it?
Yeah, the arms all over him, lands on top of him, right in the back of his neck. He's hurt his lower back as well there, straight away you can see. He was bent double when Togwell landed on him. Well, there we see Scunthorpe well in front, and the fouls. And that man there, we know how he plays his game, but sometimes a little bit over enthusiastic, hence the yellow card.
Now, don't forget Survival Sunday, or as somebody called it, Black Sabbath, rather neatly. Aston Villa against Newcastle United from 3 o'clock. Will the Toon manage to stay up? Don't miss that, Sky Sports 1. And then Hull against Manchester United. Much could depend on that one as well, couldn't it? Also from 4 o'clock, Sky Sports 3 and HD 3. And Sunderland against Chelsea 2 being featured today. Keep you abreast of everything that happens on this massive footballing day. Millwall fan Daniel Day-Lewis among their huge support here today.
He looks nervous, doesn't he? Well on edge.
They're all feeling a bit nervous at the moment as poor old Jimmy Abdu is taken off to the sidelines. Of course, he was the hero at Ellen Road. Well defended again by Scunthorpe, who did keep a clean sheet at Milton Keynes Dons for 120 minutes in the second leg of the semi-final before winning a thrilling penalty shootout, which went to 18 penalties in the end before Ian Morris, the left back, came up with the vital one. Here he is now. Hayes.
He did defend magnificently that night. His two centre-halves were superb. Murphy and Crosby. Murphy especially. One thing they won't be worried about at the back is the threat of any pace from Millwall up front. That's why they can hold a little bit higher line, because you don't expect Neil Harris, Alexander to get in behind with the pace.
It's one for Paul Hayes to run onto. It's a good ball down the channel for him. Trying to work something for the troublesome Wolford again. It was his run and shot that ended up with the goal being scored after David Ford couldn't quite hold the shot and Sparrow forced it home.
Players down there breathing quite heavily already in this game. Hayes has bent double, Wolford hands on hips, and it's been so fast and furious that you're not surprised. You're just delighted if you're on the left-hand side as a player in this first half in the shade.
McCann for Scunthorpe United, up towards his assistant manager Andy Crosby, who lasted 120 minutes of that semi-second leg at the age of 36. Fit as a fiddle, obviously, still. Hooper with a little attempt to flick the ball inside, cut out by Jimmy Abdu, another player who has played in the Championship for Plymouth Argyle. Frampton. Now look at this. This is the pitch side temperature, 100.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Believe me, trying to play out there and run for 90 minutes is no easy task, no matter how fit you are.
Hayes looking around for a bit of support.
They do break really well, don't they, Scunthorpe, when they get hold of the ball. The front two, the movement's excellent. Always give the man on the ball an option.
Now they are lung-bursting conditions down there. It is very, very hot at pitch side. Both Gary and I were there before the kick-off, and it was boiling, wasn't it?
Well, we were diving for cover inside, weren't we, in the tunnel? It was that warm out there.
Michael Oliver not happy about something here. Does he think they're wasting time as early as the 27th minute?
Can't see it, can you?
Don't need to. Here's McCann. Wolford is in here! And this time Ford is at his feet. Goodness me, that was nearly another for Scunthorpe.
Certainly was, and he had to go for that, Wolford. Couldn't pull out of that. Again, the follow-through has hurt the goalkeeper. And they work it well again. I mean, the shot's a horrendous one. Slight off the outside. Nearly gets his look there. Perfectly entitled to go for that ball. And you can see the Millwall players not complaining. They realise that ball was loose, had to go for it. Bravery by the keeper. But the follow-through, again, causing the problem.
Had to go for it. That's what Martin Wolford's saying. Looks like David Ford's going to be OK. He has played every minute so far this season, the Irish keeper.
Well, if he hadn't gone for that, Wolford, his manager would have given him some right stick at half-time. You can always tell by the opposition's reaction if they think it's an honest challenge or it isn't, and Millwall, to be fair, had no gripes with that at all.
There's one of Scunthorpe's big fans. Graham Taylor, the former England manager. Mind you, of course, he knows Kenny Jackett, the Millwall boss, pretty well, because Kenny, I think, was on his coaching staff at Watford. Might have split loyalties a bit.
Maybe, but all the big games he's been involved in as a manager, I bet he's as nervous as they're getting out there, isn't he?
Don't know where his loyalties lie. It's with the iron. And they lead by a goal to 0 here, scored by a real favourite with the Scunthorpe fans, Matt Sparrow.
So important to get fluid on board every opportunity you get. And they've done that when there's been stoppages. Players straight to the touchline. Even the assistants and the referee have been getting their flow of water.
Wolford again from long range, blocked by Whitbread. Sparrow once again taking on Frampton on that side. Byrne stays in play. Deep ball towards Hayes, who hits it back across goal. Millwall looking stretched.
Well, they're a threat every time they come forward at the moment, Scunthorpe. There's so many options for the man on the ball. In wide areas, the two strikers are coming towards the ball, they want it. At the moment, Millwall finding it very difficult to snuff it out.
Scunthorpe have scored 102 goals this season. That is a club record. They've got 103 now, Gary.
Yeah, they've got goals across midfield as well. It's all about the strikers, is it?
Might be something else again here. Hayes deflected and over. Goodness me, that was another hair-raising escape. It came off Craig, the captain and defender.
It's all about the movement again. They gamble on him winning it. Ball's laid back there, takes it early, and look at that. I think the Scunthorpe fans thought they'd scored when they saw that net rippling. Deflection, just takes it over the top at pace. I don't think he was going on goal, just clips the top of the bar and rolls over, but got to close things down a little bit better, Millwall, at the moment.
Looking a big threat, Scunthorpe. Millwall can't afford to let in a second, that's for certain. Good work by Graben to find Neil Harris. It's broken from him. Here's Harris bearing in on goal. Cut in towards Graben. Still be a chance. Martin, can he finish it? He seems to take forever. Nearly an own goal. An incredible escape back there. Scunthorpe nearly put through their own net there to put Millwall back level again. It was Togwell, I think it came off last.
Well, we've seen a deflection at the other end, just clip on the top of the bar and get on the roof of the net. And now we've seen one just hit the post. How lucky are they to escape this? Harris does fantastically here. Goes past two, has the awareness, comes back in. You think the chance has gone. There it's across the face of the goal. What defending that is. Yes, he gets lucky, but that is experienced defending.
Well, Sam Togwell was certainly in the right place there, but he really knew very, very little about that.
It's all about putting your body in the right place.
Harris. Cracking game here. It really is. It's League One playoff final. So much happening.
Well, look at this. Catching up on it, Millwall. It's a cracking game. Can't take your eyes off it. And just an odd one there in it on target, but the atmosphere's getting pumped up again, and the players responding to it superbly.
Alexander on towards Harris again. Here's Graben. A complete air shot from the 21-year-old.
Well, I think he saw his moment there, didn't he? Again, Harris, he's been impressive. Everything's going through him up front at the moment. He's the one making them tick out there.
To twist the old cliche, defence is very much not on top here, Gary.
Not at the moment, no. They're being stretched. Excellent movement. That's what's causing both defences problems.
Togwell again. Got to watch his step, of course, after that yellow. Grant McCann scored against Luton when Scunthorpe were here last month. So did Hooper, by the way. Morris, great run from left back this. Tries a cross shot, Ford had to hold that.
Again, couldn't really get his shot away. He seemed to scuff in the turf, get the power behind it. Oh, backed off him, didn't they? Just let him run 20-30 yards. And they're keeping that high line there, Scunthorpe. They're not afraid of the pace. It's going to get in behind them. The guile will upset them from Harris. Graben's the one who's got to get in behind and go beyond the strikers, maybe, if they're using that tactic.
He's won the header. Jimmy Abdu. Martin rather overran it. These Scunthorpe players used to playing at Wembley. Most of them were here last month. Millwall. It is a new experience, and that does make a difference, doesn't it?
It can do. Go either way, can't it? You play without fear. If you've never been there, you love the occasion, or you can freeze.
Hayes looking for some support. Hooper in here. He overran it. There still might be something. No, Alan Dunn gets it away for Millwall.
That for me is the pitch again. Just held it up. Couldn't take it in his stride. Saw it on a couple of occasions yesterday. Great awareness, great movement. There, just stops on him. He fully expected to go onto that and get his shot away.
Brilliant ball from Paul Hayes, wasn't it? The reverse
pass. He is such a clever player.
Quality, goalkeeper. Punches it, comes out of McCann. He was closed down very well by the striker Alexander, who was back defending.
One thing guaranteed with Alexander is graft. He is 100%er, and the rest.
They're super fit, these players, but they might feel the pace of this within 100 degrees at pitch side if it carries on like this later on. Game already looks stretched, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Great for us watching, but for both managers on the touchline, a little bit concerned. Done everything they can at half time to cool these players down. You can do an ice bath or something like that, just to cool everything down and get them ready for that second half. Just get warmer, couldn't it, out there?
Whitbread with the header. Alexander tries an instinctive volley. Oh, what a goal that is! That is one of the greatest goals you will ever see at Wembley from Gary Alexander to put Millwall level. And just look at these fans. They are going absolutely potty.
You can say anything about the best players in the world, play for Barcelona, Man United, anybody you can name. You won't see a better strike than that. He knew exactly what he was going to do when it came to him. You watch him. Looks there, quickly he's going to smash it. That is fantastic. Keeper has got no chance. Probably didn't expect it. Nobody expected it but him. He expected it because he did that. That is absolutely fantastic technique. It dips at the end. The power, the pace, fit for the goalkeeper. Slightly off his line, but look, he's back in time. But the quality of the strike just couldn't get him anywhere near it. Fantastic.
That is a goal which has electrified Wembley and Millwall. You could wait a long time and travel a long way to ever see a goal better than that.
As soon as he left his foot, you think, hey, this has got a chance. What a chance it did.
Quite astonishing. From a player who's never played above this level. He's never played in the top two divisions. He's trying to do it today. My goodness, how he's trying.
Well, Scunthorpe can just have to forget about that. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't an error from anybody. It was just a fantastic piece of ability, individual ability. They weren't outplayed. It's one of those that sometimes, 9 times out of 10, would have got in the crowd. Not this time.
Scunthorpe trying to come back again. Sparrow heading it inside. Whitbread gets it away hurriedly.
first half it's been. The entertainment value is just absolutely sparkling.
And both sides a credit to the third tier, really, and whoever I think comes out on top here is going to deserve promotion.
Nobody wants to calm it down, do they? Just want to get on with it. Quick free kicks. Puts the pressure on. Crosby comes across and deals with it.
Here's Graben. Listen to the Millwall fans now. Dunn's ball in. Millwall who only get about 10,000 for their home games as an average. They've got 44,000 here. Martin plays this one. Alexander again. That's two. Goodness me, Millwall have turned it round. They lead by 2 goals to 1, and Joe Murphy, the keeper, couldn't hold it.
Well, the place is rocking. Our commentary point's rocking. Millwall fans behind us are absolutely berserk. What a turnaround. The momentum suddenly turns against Scunthorpe yet again. Murphy got a hand to it, couldn't keep it out. Saw it agonisingly just roll over the line. What a couple of minutes he's had. Absolutely unbelievable.
And he's a boyhood Millwall fan as well, Gary Alexander.
Well, the quality of the ball was good. A little bit flat-footed on the line. Here he comes, a power downward header. You think he could do better. He will feel he should have done better. Quality of the ball, perfect. Downward header, you've always got a chance. A little bit of help from the goalkeeper. He's absolutely delighted what he's seeing out there at the moment from his team. He said he wouldn't panic. He's not panicked, neither of his team. Well, I know what it's like to score a couple of goals at Wembley, and 2 disallowed in the same game as well. He's now got it. Will he get 3?
Here's Hayes. You can't blink here. Look like a corner. It is a corner.
Well, Millwall not happy. They're saying it wasn't a corner. Well, we saw a dubious one yesterday. Did it come off? No. That isn't a corner. That is a goal kick. Will it be the same result?
Here comes that corner now. Taken by McCann, and very good claim indeed by David Ford.
Yeah, he wasn't let the same thing happen as happened yesterday.
2 goals in precisely 2 minutes and 41 seconds. I'm told by our backroom team, thank you for that.
Well, what response has Scunthorpe got now? Been there before, been in front, been packed back.
Graben trying to find Alexander again.
I think he realises the whistle's gone there. I'm not surprised. He must be absolutely euphoric at the moment. Unbelievable.
The only man ever to get a hat-trick in a playoff final is Clive Mendonca in that amazing 4-4 draw between Charlton and Sunderland. But Alexander's on one now.
Well, 2 in the first half. A long time to go and get his 3rd, hasn't he?
Game turned on its head by first a, well, just breathtaking strike from Alexander, then a header which crept past keeper Joe Murphy, who was voted by his fellow pros as the best in this division. What a day. Whatever happens now, he's never, ever going to forget it.
Not at all. They just can't wait now for the half-time whistle. I'm sure both teams just want to get out this heat, get relaxed again and prepare for that second half.
Now we've lost the ball somewhere. I think one of the Millwall supporters wants it as a souvenir, but wouldn't be a bad idea to return it, really, would it? We're going to have to have another one.
Well, the Millwall players won't be happy if this time that's added on proves to go against their team, and Scunthorpe get back in it just before the whistle.
Here he is again, the man of the moment. Gary Alexander, basically a lower division journeyman he's been. I'm sure he wouldn't quarrel with me using that description. He's had a great season this time for Millwall with 13 and now up to 15 with 2 today.
Well, his strike partner set the tempo, I think, in this first half for his team. Neil Harris, and he's just latched on to that. And how?
What next here? You start to wonder, don't you? Because both sides have looked full of threat and menace. The attackers have bossed this.
Sometimes the midfield's just getting missed out at times, isn't it? Not being able to get on the ball much, and it's just for 45 minutes, the first 45, the game is getting so stretched. It's purely because of fatigue, I think.
I'm just thinking the old Kent Road and Rotherhithe and Wapping, all that area down in the Docklands must be absolutely deserted, mustn't it? This Sunday lunchtime.
They're all here, aren't they? In force, loving every minute of it now.
No one likes them. There's about 44,000 people here who do, I tell you.
Nigel Adkins doesn't like them, and he's got a big half-time team talk to put to his players.
We're in full voice now, the Millwall supporters, but you feel that there are a few more chapters left to write in this yet.
You certainly feel that the longer the game goes on.
Massive test here of Scunthorpe's nerve and character. Remember, they led against Luton at Wembley 7 weeks ago and ended up losing it in extra time. That was a thrilling day too. This is another one. Murphy to hit it long. Wolford was dispossessed. Graben, not been in the team much lately. Abdu is a good idea, but just caught Harris a little flat-footed.
All he can say to his team is, you haven't done a great deal wrong. You do nothing about the first goal, disappointed about the second, didn't defend it well, he'll say. But you've had your chances, and they have had the chances. They've played a massive part in this first half.
Wolford is in here again! Kept it down, but it was straight at Ford.
He is causing big problems, isn't he, when he cuts in. Again, it's a good layoff, good touch, skips in between two challengers, and again struggles to get any real pace on that ball.
Big opportunity. Wolford, a player they picked up from York City last summer. He was player of the year for them and whacked in 17 goals as well from midfield, and he's been a massive signing for Scunthorpe.
It's a great return, that, isn't it? Well, head to head, level, and again just one in it, on target. It shows what a fantastic first half we have had.
3 minutes of added time we're playing here. Superb first half, no two ways about it. Boulder had to stretch for it, just about got a toe to it. Little inquest with one of his defenders. It's that tense out there. Martin rather overran it on that occasion.
I think Boulder said to Whitbread, you deal with it. You see the ball bobbling along that surface, just doesn't run true, does it?
Alexander won the header. His every touch being cheered to the echo now by the Millwall contingent.
I think to get your shot away with any pace, you've got to do what Alexander did. Volley it from 30 yards. What an afternoon for him so far.
Well, if they had a roof on today, Alexander's strike would have taken it off, wouldn't it?
It was absolutely majestic, wasn't it?
You won't see too many better, that's for certain. Frampton headed it forward. Oh, we're looking for a free kick. The referee had a great view. He wasn't going to buy it.
Well, let it flow yesterday, and he's doing exactly the same.
He's trying to find his mate Hooper again. Those two may still have plenty up their sleeve here.
Can't feel sorry for themselves. Scunthorpe, they've got to get back at Millwall as they're doing at the moment.
Place halted for the half, and what a thrilling half. That's the star man, Gary Alexander. His 2 goals bringing Millwall from 1 down to 2 ahead. And what a great attitude and atmosphere between the 2 sets of players as well. How about that at the end of the half? It was a wonder goal. No other description really from Gary Alexander that put Millwall level. Then he got another one within 3 minutes. And at half-time here, Millwall leading by 2 goals to 1 after Matt Sparrow, Scunthorpe's longest serving player, had put them ahead after 6 minutes. What next?
We wait and see. A sparkling first half there. Peter Beager and I have seen a few playoff finals, but that's got to be one of the best 45 minutes we've seen. And there's 45 more to come after Millwall go ahead by 2 goals to 1, and including one of the best goals ever seen at Wembley.
Well, Millwall may have picked up a knock in the first half there. We'll just get the details. It looks like Jimmy Abdu's picked up a knock, and Mark Laird, who was a contender to be in the starting lineup, comes on. Did have a bit of a fall, Kenny Jackett having to just reorganise things a little in his midfield. But a furnace of a first half here in every sense, really, in 100 degrees pitch side. Millwall 45 minutes away perhaps from a return to the Championship from which they were relegated 3 years ago. Scunthorpe looking for an instant return and looking, well, much more the threatening side until Gary Alexander started to play his huge part in proceedings.
You know they've got the players to get back in this game. We've seen it. The movement's been good. They move the ball quickly, support the man on the ball well, and a bit unfortunate to be 2-1 down.
Nigel Adkins, formerly the physio of Scunthorpe, that was his role when they succeeded for the only time by the playoffs 10 years ago with that win over Leyton Orient to escape the basement. Sparrow looking for the 1-2. He might get onto this as well because Frampton's touch wasn't the most convincing. Here's Harris looking to forge his way through, the man who's broken Teddy Sheringham's all-time goal-scoring record for Millwall this season. Alexander again. Be full of confidence now, won't he?
Well, he should have laid it off much earlier than that. Had so many options. Just hung on to it too long and nearly got himself injured.
Yeah, Murphin let him know he was around, didn't he?
Certainly did. If you hang on to the ball that long and take too many touches, that's going to happen.
Frampton caught on the back foot really by Whitbread's pass, but retrieves the situation. A player who had a couple of heartbreaks in the playoffs with Brentford when Martin Allen was in charge there. This time he's made the final. There we go all the way through to the Championship. Poor old Jimmy Abdu, the hero at Ellen Road, with the goal which proved decisive in taking Millwall to Wembley, but having to come off at half-time today.
It was a heavy fall, wasn't it? Right on top of him. It looked like a lower back injury. Straight to the lower spine.
Togwell, wrong bounce for him. Won by Boulder, and then Alexander, very aware of the space that Graben was in. Great ball, really. Broad acres of Wembley, of course. Bit of room out there. Graben looking to take on Morris.
Didn't he
flagging.
He stuck to his task really well there, didn't he, Morris? Stayed on his feet, kept his eye on the ball.
Hooper's run, but nothing doing there. I think both sides will look to tighten up a fair bit after what was really a bit of an attacking free-for-all in the first half.
Well, it was just the pace of the game. Tempo from the first whistle was just absolutely frenetic, and started a little bit slower, started the second half.
Graben did well. Here's Harris. Tries to find Graben again, who just was not expecting that ball.
For the first time, I think Neil Harris chose the wrong option there. Always a possibility. Graben was going to go offside.
When they've taken the lead this season, and that's happened in 27 games, Millwall have gone on to win 23 times. But one of those they didn't go on to win it was against Scunthorpe at the Den. Scunthorpe came from behind to beat them by 2-1 with 2 from Gary Hooper. And Alexander scored that day as well.
Real scary facts.
Oh, it's only 99 now. Cool now, Gary.
Nice and easy out there now, isn't it?
Tough for the players, and a fairly lush surface where it might pull up the muscles a bit as well. And of course, Scunthorpe playing their 60th game of the season today.
You put that out of your mind as a player. You can't play in one more at this great place. They shouldn't be playing football.
Only Manchester United, Burnley and Arsenal have played more, and of course Burnley in action again here tomorrow. Another side in claret. Vickridge ball in. That'll be easy pickings this time for Joe Murphy. Can they conjure a chance for Gary Hooper to drag themselves back into this Scunthorpe? All Hayes, of course. Not to mention Wolford, who's looked a danger man. Here is Hayes, trying to find Hooper. This is Ian Morris. He's only just returned from a loan at Carlisle for the playoffs. Mistake there by Craig, but nothing comes of it.
Good goalkeeping. And swept it on really well there, Ford.
Morris slightly overran it. Boulder.
Nigel Atkins would have said at half-time, you don't need to go out straight away and try and get back in the game. Be patient. You've got a full 45 minutes. You don't want to get caught on the break and concede another one. Pretty tight for the first 15 or 20 minutes, and see what happens after that.
And Scunthorpe are used to pulling things round. They only made the playoffs with 2 minutes to spare. Cliff Burns scoring in the 88th minute of their last game against Tranmere to get them into the end of season, well, I was going to say lottery, but it's a bit more than that, isn't it? Chasing again. It's very good work by Boulder.
He does it so well. He breaks up play. He's always there and available.
Done. Right back, by the way, was an unused sub when Millwall were in the FA Cup final 5 years ago at Cardiff. That was, of course, against Manchester United. Only Harris, the other survivor from that particular day. His little chest down. Martin. With a very good left foot. Very good defensive work from Scunthorpe. Laird, the substitute. Chip forward is none too accurate.
Well, I've just got to do what they did to get themselves in front. Just don't want to sit back and soak up pressure from Scunthorpe, because I've seen already they have the players capable of getting in the channels, getting to bylines and some decent quality in.
Scunthorpe are going to make a change. They're going to bring Liam Trotter on soon, who's a midfielder on loan from Ipswich. But not before Graben launches this attack.
Well, Alexander not happy with that at all. Got into a good position. A decent run from his own half. Jinks past 1 and 2 defenders, then just snatches at it. Look at Alexander's position there. Saying, lay me in. I want my third. Still at it.
We think it's going to be Sam Todwell who comes off for Scunthorpe. The fact that he's on a booking may be influential in that decision. One thing Scunthorpe certainly couldn't afford was to go down to 10. As it is, they're chasing this. Graben couldn't control that. He's still on his feet just about, Nigel Adkins.
Needed to have treated himself if he fell over that water carrier.
He's the most qualified manager in the country to do it, isn't he?
Yeah.
So just sing who needs Mourinho, we've got our physio. That's what they used to sing, wasn't it, the Scunthorpe fans? Needed a young ref today, didn't we, in this heat?
Yeah, I'm sure he's feeling the pace of it a little bit as well.
McCann towards Crosby, couldn't quite reach it.
To be good defending at the far post. Always a big threat in opposition's penalty box. Flighted nicely, comes in and attacks it. Look, just stood his ground, eased him off there.
Here is the substitution for Scunthorpe United. Here's Liam Trotter. He's one of the rare players in the Scunthorpe squad who hasn't appeared at Wembley. He was ineligible for the Johnson Spain Trophy final last month. Good, tall, almost gangling midfield player. Likes to play a kind of holding role. He's come through the Ipswich Academy, and they produce plenty of good young players there. Well, it's crossing, but it's catching practice for David Ford.
He couldn't do any more. They'll get across the face of the goal. Keeper always in charge of that one.
Lewis Graben. Bit of a tired cross in the end.
I'm surprised at this stage. Past the hour mark yet. Takes its toll on players no matter how young you are. Just not used to it. These temperatures are we?
But I hear the forecast is worse for tomorrow, so Burnley and Sheffield United players, I'm sure, watching this somewhere, final stages of their mental preparation, will be hoping that maybe they're playing with a bit of rain in the air and a slicked up pitch. Don't forget to join us for that tomorrow, of course. 44,000 Millwall fans, again providing the wall of noise as their side press forward. A third goal, you feel, might be decisive, but there have been so many chances created in this game that it would be foolish to be too definite about even that.
Definitely. I mentioned it before. Scunthorpe players who are capable of providing quality in that final third. Two strikers who have scored goals for fun.
Graben did well to invent a cross, and Cliff Byrne was happy enough to concede the corner. Couldn't take the chance.
No, he couldn't. Did exactly the right thing. And the cross should have been allowed to come in. They allowed the one for Alexander to score his second. Close call for corners as well, isn't it? Like everything else.
Here is the corner. Alexander was the Millwall player attacking it. He wants that hat-trick now, but I think he might just settle for promotion as well.
Don't you believe that? He wants that third and promotion.
Well, he's already scored two, one of which will go down in the annals of Wembley history for certain.
Well, all started really well, didn't it, for Scunthorpe? Keeper takes the pace off, and that helps Sparrow. He's just coming in at the far post. But this one, oh dear, leaves you speechless. Keeper does get fingers on it, but the technique is so good, the strike is so good that difficult. This one, big help from the keeper. Flapped at it a little bit. He'll be devastated about that, the goalkeeper. But he was in the right place, right time again.
I was just thinking, Wembley's a cruel master. Poor old Joe Murphy, who's been such a great goalkeeper.
Been terrific this season.
Much admired by all the other managers and players in the division, but not his greatest moment there. But for Gary Alexander, really that's sort of boys' own fantasy stuff, isn't it, to score a goal like that at Wembley?
Well, we all dream about it, don't we, as players? Some are lucky to do it, and when you do it, you've just got to savour every moment, and I'm sure he's doing that at the moment, but he won't be happy until that final whistle goes and his goals have counted for his team.
But the only goals he'd scored before today in the last 13 matches were against his old club, Leyton Orient.
Save the best till last.
Cliffburn is just about on his feet again. Well, it's only 16 stops on the Jubilee line from Bermondsey up to Wembley Park. 40 minutes or so, you're here. The poor old Scunthorpe fans had to leave in the dead of night, I should think, didn't they?
It's a long way, isn't it, from Scunny?
Not that far, somebody tells me. North Lincolnshire, long way. Now then, here's Martin. Alexander is among those waiting in the middle. Graben arriving, so too's Harris. Here's Martin's ball. He's a great crosser of the ball. It nearly found Alexander again. He's a vital player, and he really does know how to hit across. Martin, look at Whitbread here, looking for another Wembley special. They all want to get in on the act.
You could see it, couldn't you, straight away? What was in his mind? He burst onto it, comes out to it, intercepts it well, and thinks, right, I'm going to have a go. You never know, this one might end up in the roof of the net. Doesn't, but credit for trying.
Player who travelled to Istanbul with Liverpool on that famous day when they won the Champions League final so memorably. Didn't get a game, but was very much part of the experience, Zach Whitbread. Morris hops it forward for Scunthorpe. After this long, long season, which started for them in July with the Lincolnshire Senior Cup and ends now in May at Wembley, can they summon one last effort? They need to.
Well, the longer the game goes on, you can guarantee the mistakes will start to happen. As tiredness sets in, we know that mentally and physically, and the cauldron out there.
It's almost like a battlefield. Players going down. Referee was happy with all the challenges. This might be a little bit difficult now. Andy Crosby's dealt with it.
Years of experience came into play there. Could have panicked a little bit. Just directed his header, but he didn't. Harris was always there to pounce if he did.
Looking for a bit of help here. Done. Ford wasn't leaving home for that one. You can see the prize now, Millwall. And these, what is it? The last half an hour. It's going to seem a long, long time for their fans.
Snapping into everything, aren't they? Just getting the first touch in front of the Scunthorpe players, quicker to the ball.
Boulder, very good. Experienced player, getting his day out at Wembley today, Adam Boulder. Good work from Hooper to find Sparrow, the Scunthorpe goal scorer. They'll get a corner.
Well, you don't get it in the box, next best thing, get yourself a corner. He's done that.
Millwall are going to make another change here. Lewis Graben to be replaced by Chris Hackett, who hasn't had a game for Millwall since February. He's been really out of favour, the former Oxford wide player. But they ran out of players a bit, Millwall. Actually, Grimes, who might have been on the bench today, got himself red-carded in a reserve game on the training ground and ended up with a 3-game ban, which knocked him out of all the playoffs. Here's the Scunthorpe corner kick. Tremendous effort from Trotter, and again, can they force it in? Millwall somehow scramble it clear, but it seemed that Liam Trotter, the sub, might have got Scunthorpe level there.
Great contact, terrific save, and I think it's Frampton at the far post, gets that header, and then Harris comes in to clear up at the far post. It's excellent defending, that is a really good contact, follows it up, does everything right. There's Frampton, very important header.
And then Ford alleviates the pressure. It's frenetic stuff here today, isn't it?
It's been brilliant. It really has been a credit. Getting breathless here with the attempts, aren't we? 18 between the two of them. Neck and neck, and only one in it on the target front.
The bookmakers couldn't separate these two. Well, most of them anyway in the pre-match odds. They finished 5th and 6th. Millwall 6 points ahead of Scunthorpe in the regular season. Of course, all that means precisely nothing in this situation. Here's Alexander again. Great control from him. Wonderful control. And well watched by Crosby, though.
There's the years of experience coming into play again. Wonderful first touch. I thought he was going to take it. Just sits back up at him there. Look at the timing of that. Didn't go in too early. Knew exactly what to do. That's why he's so vital to them at the back, Crosby.
Millwall's corner. Millwall fans dare look at their watches. Not yet. Hacked away by Matt Sparrow, whose goal seems a long time ago now, that 6-minute one. There's a flag up here.
Alexander, I think, coming back from an offside position.
Rob Lewis, by the way, and Mark Sutton, the two assistants on duty today, helping out Michael Oliver. Congratulations to both of them on their appointments. Older getting it away. He's had a solid game in that midfield. It's been important. Hooper trying to engineer something. He did miss 13 days of training, Gary Hooper, with a groin problem.
Harris full of running there, isn't he? Still prepared to get in the channels.
As he's done so often for Millwall for so long, 8 years to the day since he was given the all-clear to play football again after suffering from testicular cancer.
You can see why he's such a hero, can't you? Never gives up anything, always prepared to put himself on the line, and he leads the line well, along with Alexander.
Another Millwall corner, one of quite a few in this second half. Frampton was trying to get there, but he couldn't scramble to his feet, really. The big left back, who was voted Millwall's Player of the Year this season.
Where do you see him put one beyond everybody? Martin, such a good crosser of the ball. Provided the goal for Alexander.
Whitbread getting something to it. Must have learned a bit, mustn't he, hanging around Jamie Carragher and Sammy Herp here all that time.
I'd like to think so. Done much better than that.
Long cross, which Byrne has to put behind.
Well, he said, I don't know what was behind me, how close he was to me. Can't take any chances.
With the state of things at the moment. Martin, well claimed by Murphy that time. Quick release, difficult to deal with. Laird didn't really do it. Scunthorpe pick it up. Hayes, Wolford here, Let his shot go. Very good block by Craig.
Well, that break just came from the kick by Murphy, didn't it? Very good distribution from him. Set them on the way. Final shot wasn't particularly good.
From Grant McCann.
There's the ball, look, long ball, and straight away they're under pressure, Millwall. Come for the second ball. Does really well there. Again, tries to get his shot away. It's a decent block. We saw quite a few of those from Scunthorpe in the first half, blocking things. We see Millwall doing exactly the same. Amazing the number of times we've seen players struggle to get the shots away from off the surface.
Boulder towards Alexander, took a bit of a knock from Murphy. The referee played a good play on there though. Harris with a reverse ball offside here for Hackett.
Yeah, tried to hang on, didn't he? Tried to wait. Just kept a line that was pretty good there. Scunthorpe there, he tried to keep onside. There it's played and clearly offside, not where the assistant's position is. Spot on.
I think Graben ran out of legs a little, didn't he, in the second half? That's why I think they've made that change.
Possibly, and you've got to gauge it. You don't know it's going to stay 2-1. It could go to extra times. Do you throw your subs on early, or do you wait a little bit? And so difficult for a manager on a day like this.
Craig won the header. 3 of these 4 defenders they've got on duty today, Millwall, were in the side which went down from the Championship 3 years ago. They've got a score to settle. Look at this from Wolford. Very good run here. Not to Hooper, but Sparrow with a wonderful opportunity. Surely must equalise, and does. Matt Sparrow again. And we are all square again.
What about Wolford here for me? Doesn't he do well? It's a fantastic finish. Keeps his cool, keeps his head. Could have gone with his right, didn't. Checked inside, made sure the opportunity was a little bit better. But Wolford has been so good in this game so far. There he plays the ball and he follows it, doesn't stop, goes past Whitbread like he's not there, and the wherewithal to see Sparrow. That's brilliant. Checks inside, doesn't panic, and absolutely drills it there. Leaves Whitbread for dead. You think he's going to hit it now? So does the keeper. Dives in and just creates that bit of space by checking inside the keeper. And the rest, not easy, but easier. Wolford, tremendous vision, does everything right. And Sparrow, brilliant finish.
And Nigel Adkins side are back level again. Now Scunthorpe, from what we've seen, always looked as if they had another goal in them, and they've come up with it. How cool was Matt Sparrow there?
Would have been so easy to panic, believe me, but he didn't. He just gathered himself, saw the goalkeeper come rushing out, decided to check inside, and didn't he finish it well after that?
Now Hooper. Suddenly it looks more nervy for Millwall. By the way, Sparrow's now scored 6 goals this season, half of them against Millwall.
Well, we've got 2 guys and 2 goals apiece, haven't we? Will one of those be the man to finish it?
Well, they're heavily outnumbered, but they're making plenty of noise now. The fans of the Iron from Scunthorpe. A bit of vintage claret, wasn't it, that goal?
Oh. Some of the 2 goals, I mean, Alexander's was an absolute stunner. But that one was well crafted, very well crafted.
Again with Martin Wolford at the heart of the move, as he was for the first goal. Different game again now.
It certainly is. I just wonder for that goal whether Whitbread could have just stood up and not gone so close to Wolford and made it more difficult for him. Couldn't pull him down. He was in big trouble if he did.
Launched forward here in the hope that maybe Gary Hooper can latch onto it. He's scored 3 times against Millwall himself this season, including both at the Den in January. Murphy wins the header. Great game for the neutrals, this one. I would think virtually unwatchable if you support either of these 2 sides.
Well, you can hear how quiet the Millwall fans have gone now. I thought their side would be able to hang on, but it's a playoff final. Nobody's going to give it up, are they?
chance here, the way this has been going. Whitbread to Hackett. Up goes Laird for the header. And here's the Scunthorpe hero, Sparrow, with a fantastic ball for Hayes. He's carried on with his run too. He wants a hat-trick, Sparrow. He's found Hayes again, is he here? Not quite.
Well, trying to be unselfish, didn't he? I think he should have taken that on himself. He's made the room for it. For himself. Look, he plays the ball like Wolford for the goal and doesn't stop, carries on. There's his run, wants it again, touches a bad, get a shot away now. I'll be unselfish, try and put an 8 in. Keeper slides out and cuts it off.
For the winners, elevation to the championship. For the losers, another season of toil in the 3rd tier. It's that harsh.
It certainly is. You ask anybody at the start of the season, would you like to get in the playoffs and come to Wembley? Yes, please.
But it's agony if you lose, isn't it?
It is, but you know that. It can happen. That's what it's all about. The highs and lows, everybody gets them. There's always got to be a loser.
Paul Hayes. Back to Martin Wolford. Once again.
Well, he had a part to play in the first goal for Sparrow, didn't he? Got the shot away. Goalkeeper parried, and there was Sparrow coming in this time. He's laid it perfectly across for him to equalise.
So they try the long throw towards the tall Trotter, but Whitbread beat him in the air for Millwall, whose fans now are back on tenterhooks. They were starting to get themselves ready to have a party, but it's never quite that easy, is it? Back in again by Morris, cut out by Boulder. Some game here this Sunday lunchtime at Wembley. Wolford again, he deserves a goal.
Again, I have to say it, how many times have we seen players struggle to get the ball out the grass and get a shot away with any pace or power? Must be so frustrating.
Laird. Hackett raiding, good looking ball in. Alexander! Oh, how did he miss that one for the hat-trick?
Well, as good as his first goal was, that is a shocking miss. Absolutely horrendous. Again, the quality of the cross was superb. He gets right in between. You think it's in the back of the net. How does he miss this? Just hit the target, you score. He's just trying to put him in the bottom corner, right from the middle of the goal. Look at the manager. He thinks how to put that away. I think he possibly would have done.
He can't believe it. He can't believe it, Gary.
I can't believe it. What a chance for a hat-trick. I know strikers do miss goals and they miss chances, but he'd done everything right. Got right in the centre of the goals, in between the centre halves, just hit the target.
How costly might that be? How extraordinary, strange game that Alexander can score a goal as brilliant as the one he came up with from long range and then miss a header from point-blank range with the goal gaping at him.
Well, you'd never get a better chance to get a hat-trick at Wembley than that. Keeper was flat-footed, he would have had no chance.
Yeah, who knows? There might be other chances at both ends here.
Got to put it out of his mind. Still got 15 minutes of this match.
Took it quickly there. Hackett still went up to the back post. It wasn't the worst idea, but it's just drifted out.
No, it wasn't the worst idea. But what's going through his mind now? What is going through his mind? I could have been the hero here. They don't stop the cross again. Look at this. He gets right in the middle of the goal. And how has he not hit the target? Still can't believe it. Even again and again when you see it, you think, well, he's going to put it in the bottom corner here. And the keeper had got no chance. He was just flat-footed. Couldn't come out to claim it. He was just expecting the worst.
It's a moment to haunt any striker. What will be the consequences? Hooper. Hayes shows stickability. In the end, Millwall were too mob-handed for him. He's Hackett. He's done well since he's come on that right-hand side. Looking to make a point to the manager who's been leaving him out of the equation for the last 3 months, basically.
But he has delivered his quality in the box.
Been lively, hasn't he, Chris Hackett?
He certainly has. Fresh legs, come on, bit of pace.
And what a cross. Just put it on a plate for Alexander. Now then, Boulder going on and on. Cut back again towards Alexander, but too long for him. Oh, and Byrne was cool as you like, wasn't he?
Wasn't he? Well, he's headed two out that far post. Maybe not got the shout. But this time he said, right, I'm going to control this and play it out. He did well.
Martin inside. Boulder to Frampton. Who comes out on top in this Wembley nerve shredder? Well, that's what it is. Burnley Sheffield United tomorrow. The shootout for, what is it, 50, 60 million pounds and a place in the Premier League. That's from 2 o'clock, Sky Sports 1, HD1. And if they stand up anything half as good as this, it'll be some match. Here's Hackett. Wolford is tracking back this time. Martin Wolford playing non-league football at York City a year ago. He could be in the Championship next year. Would be some rise.
He's had a very good game yet again. And the provider.
Gary Hooper, the top goal scorer, comes off. No goal for him today, this time at Wembley. And on comes Jonathan Fort, the Barbados international with plenty of speed. Got a hat-trick on loan at Notts County this season.
It's the last thing I'm sure the Millwall back four want to see, somebody fresh coming on with lightning pace.
Inside the last 10 minutes, 2-2. Who's going into the Championship? Trotter helps this one forward. Byrne helping it forward. Morris forward to Wolford. McCann says, leave this to me. Well, there's nobody there.
We've been waiting for this game to calm down a bit, haven't we? Still hasn't happened.
Not complaining, are you?
Not at all. I've loved every minute of it.
Didn't think you were.
Don't take your eyes off it. So many decent attacks from both teams. Chances created, chances missed.
Difficult bounce that one for Craig to deal with.
The Millwall fans feel there's a foul on their man there.
Remember, it has to be settled today. Extra time and penalties if required. And that begins to loom, doesn't it? Towards the near post, towards Hayes.
Well, it began to loom yesterday, didn't it? We all thought we were going into extra time, and we'll pop the winner the last couple of minutes.
It's been a fast-paced, passionate game in searing heat for the most part, down at pitch level anyway. Bound to be telling on a few legs and minds, you'd think. Scunthorpe corner. Hayes with a header. Couldn't keep it down.
Well, it's a decent corner. Kept it away from the goalkeeper. He couldn't come for it. Yeah, outswinger. Causes problems. Attacks it well. Just doesn't get over the top of it.
Just under 60,000 here. Vast majority on a 5-to-1 ratio supporting Millwall from South London. And down with a good ball here to Neil Harris down the side. Hackett's making a run. Harris couldn't quite pick him up.
But again, he's always available, isn't he, in that area? You know, centre-halves don't be in like taken out of the comfort zone. He tries to do that every opportunity he gets.
And I think we're going to get a yellow card here for Craig, the skipper. First Millwall player in the book.
Well, the game's been good, hasn't it? Very good, but the referee's performance has been good again. They realise the importance of these occasions and try to let things flow as much as they possibly can.
McCann swings us in, goalkeeper. Got a punch on it. Morris this time. Goalkeeper had to win it. He didn't win it. Crosby was putting him under pressure, and he looked round rather anxiously there, did David Ford.
I'm always a bit dubious when goalkeepers come out as far as that. I always say, let your defenders deal with this sort of thing. Look how far he comes. Look at Crosby, gets up there and gets one on the nose for his troubles there.
With the header forward, that looked like a push by Whitbread. Scunthorpe get the free kick. They scored in the 88th minute to equalise against Luton in that Johnson's Paint Trophy final. Have they got a late one up their sleeve here? If they have, it might be worth promotion.
Well, it's the old cliche, isn't it? Good teams go to that final whistle. They believe they can get something out right at the very depth of the game.
Murphin's come up from the back here, and he's the target for this, and he's won it too. Sparrow plays it back in there. Hayes' shot was blocked. Wolford, yes! Scunthorpe United lead by 3-2 with 5 minutes remaining, and that might be the goal that sends them back to the championship.
Did the important thing, just hit the target. Pinballs across the area yet again. The ball's a decent one. I thought there was a foul there, he's all over him. Ball's across the face of the goal, comes out to Wolford, concentrates, just goes under the keeper, does it? There, the ball's across, puts it in a good area, anything can happen there. It does, it breaks for them, and it does go under the goalkeeper. Good first touch, steadies himself, hits the target, goes right under the keeper. Oh, that end has not been very good for both keepers. Oh, and he's over the moon, he knows it. Could be it. 5 minutes to go.
Millwall now have to throw everything forward. They were looking cosy at 2-1. Done. Bounce around. Trotter took that in the face, but he's quickly back to his feet again. Frampton here. Can Millwall pull this round again in this topsy-turvy game? Harris! Flag stayed down too.
It did stay down as well. Look straight across to the linesman. You see here. Well, that's so close. I'm not so sure that was offside. A good save. No real power behind it, trying to place it. He did come back from an offside position to start with in that move.
There'll be a delay while Liam Trotter gets a bit of treatment. He took one smack in the face in that last goalmouth scramble. Martin Wolford, who's put in a fantastic performance today for Scunthorpe, might have got the goal to send them back up.
And how does he feel knowing that miss? That 2 each. An open goal that gaped in front of him and he put his header wide.
And if that is decisive, what a bittersweet day it will prove for Gary Alexander. Scunthorpe are down to 10. Trotter's having treatment as this corner will be taken now. And the referee doesn't like all the argy-bargy going on. He's making it clear he's looking at this. Is he going to put someone in the book here? He's not happy with someone, is he?
No, it gets on my nerves when you see all that going on in the box. Holding, pulling back, stopping players in their run. And they built the last goal, it happened. His arms all over the Scunthorpe man, but he got away with it.
Here at last is the corner kick. It was well defended by McCann on the near post for Scunthorpe United, who had heartbreak here in the Johnson's Bank Trophy final. This, with respect to that competition, is a much, much bigger game with a much bigger prize. One 0 up, 2-1 down, 3-2 up. Scunthorpe.
Well, it's been one of the best games I've seen for a long time. This absolutely terrific. So much credit has to go for the players, because it is difficult out there, it is hot out there, and they just never stopped. It's just been an absolute delight to sit here and have the privilege of watching it.
And while Whitbread is coming off and he needs a new shirt, that's what he's been told. He now has to wait to come back on the pitch. The Millwall have to gamble now. Murphy, winner in the past with Huddersfield Town, David Murphy, but not up at this level. Whitbread in a different shirt has to try to work something out with Ford. They've done quite well because they've given Hackett the ball, and he's done well too. Can they conjure up one chance? Murphy's there again.
I think Ford got hurt on the follow-through from the goalkeeper, but again, that pitch held the ball up and created a big problem for Millwall.
Whitbread, nice-looking ball. Alexander wide. Cut out by a desperate Martin Wolford, a tired Martin Wolford.
Be a delighted Martin Wolford if it's the winner.
Late change here, Andy Frampton off and Paul Robinson, the Millwall skipper, until injury ruled him out after January with a metatarsal injury. Probably would have been in the starting lineup today had that injury never happened. He was pretty much an ever-present. He's in there now. Has he got a part to play? We are in the final minute of normal time. There's going to be 4 minutes of added time. Yes, that number again.
Predictable. What they're doing at the moment, those Scunthorpe, they're just hacking it away and they're dropping deeper, and that'll encourage Millwall. Somebody's got to put the foot on it for Scunthorpe like that, just steady it. But there again, bang, give the ball back to Millwall, give them the chance to come back at you. I'm sure Nigel Adkins is trying to say, let's calm it a bit, just take responsibility, keep the ball.
Who could keep calm in this situation? Certainly not the crowd. Alexander couldn't quite bring it into his stride anywhere we're doing. And Murphy wanted that, but I think there was a sign of the impossibility of calm, wasn't it? He kicked it out of his hands almost.
Take no chances, just kick your goalkeeper if you have to, if he gets the ball away. See, look how deep they are in their own box.
Another throw of the dice from Millwall. Murphy, safe hands this time.
Well, he was always going to get found there, I think. Alexander, just wonder what's going through Alexander's mind now as he's out there thinking, nearly the hero.
It is some story that's unfolded here today at Wembley. Scunthorpe United on the very verge. This is a club who hadn't been in the second tier from 1964 until a couple of years ago when they got promoted with all those goals by Billy Sharp. They only stayed up one season, came back down. Here they are on the verge of returning to the Championship. They're only the 17th best supported club in this division, from a little industrial town in North Lincolnshire. Can Millwall pull this out the fire somehow? Hackett with the cross in. Martin is deep here. We're trying to curl it back in again, but nothing doing for Millwall.
Well, they let it bounce there, didn't he? I think he could have attacked that and put it across the face of the goal. And by backing off, it's difficult to put back in the box. And look at that. 1 minute you think you're there, you're 2-1 up, and the next minute you're out of it. Still time. It's getting closer and closer to the Scunthorpe promotion.
They've already started the party. Some glum faces among the Millwall contingent. You do feel for these Millwall fans who've supported their club in such terrific numbers here today. It could have been different. It could so easily have been different. Wolford.
He's been terrific for me. Absolutely tremendous. Tracking back, helping out. He's created two, he's scored one. He's been magnificent.
Man of the match performance?
I think so, without a doubt. Sparrow's 2 goals, yes. Alexander's 2 goals, but I think it's the all-round contribution from Wolford.
Well, 4 minutes of added time we were supposed to have. We're inside the last minute of that. They need to get this forward at 200 miles an hour, really, now, Millwall. Otherwise, it's back to the 3rd tier again next season. Scunthorpe get a free kick, and that might be just about enough, because they'll be in no hurry to take this.
Nor should they be. Just take their time. I'll tell you who else is, for me, for Scunthorpe has been terrific, is Crosby. He's at the end of his career now, and to carry on in this heat, these conditions, and be as solid as he's been with his teammate Murphy, it's quality.
They're aiming for the corners. They don't find them, but that'll do, really. Scunthorpe will get everybody back behind the ball. We're past the 4 minutes. 24-year-old referee Michael Oliver takes one look at his watch, and the final whistle will be like a concerto. 4th here, trying to make it 4.
Well, he did exactly the right thing, didn't he? Went for goal, did well, closed down, keeps the ball down there. That's the important thing.
There is the final whistle. Scunthorpe United return to the championship. Not just any old iron. A topsy-turvy, dramatic game. One of the best playoff finals you will ever see. Ends with Scunthorpe going back to the 2nd tier, and poor Gary Alexander, who scored a quite breathtaking goal, then another one, but missed an absolute sitter. It's heartbreak for him, and you feel so sorry for Millwall and all their supporters here.
What a touch there by Robinson. Went straight over to him, saw how disappointed he was, and just patted him on the back, said, you can't do much more. Yes, you'll miss them, and you'll miss them again, but at least he keeps getting in there. Wolford, they're absolutely over the moon. Scoring the winner, setting 2 up.
What a fantastic achievement for Nigel Adkins as well, who has now twice got Scunthorpe United promoted to the 2nd tier of English football. I wonder if they can stay this time.
Well, they had a pretty good start to the season they were in there, but as the season went on, they just drifted further and further down and paid the price for that. But you rightly say about Nigel Adkins, what a fantastic job he's done with these players. And to win it here after losing to Luton in the Johnson's Paint, that's a great recovery.
Poor old Kenny Jackett, beaten in a penalty shootout 3 years ago when he was Swansea's manager by Barnsley. But these are the players who will feel as if they could walk on the moon currently. Greg Whelan has some people for us to meet down on the pitch. Meza Sparrow and Wolford.
Martin, your goal has put Scunthorpe back in the championship. Congratulations. Has it begun to sink in yet?
Oh, not yet. All played non-league football last year. It's come to this, we're playing the championship next year. It's unbelievable. Can't put it into words.
What a game you've been involved in, but what went through your mind when you saw the ball go in at the end there?
Just absolute relief. I know we had still time on the clock to defend, but I was just absolutely ecstatic. Suppose you can see from the celebration.
I can indeed. Let's grab a word with 2-goal Matt Sparrow. Matt, you were born near here, of course. Now you've scored twice here. Best day of your career?
Yeah, it's 3rd time lucky today. It's just been unbelievable. We've dug in deep like that all season, and to come away winners and back in the championship is a dream come true, really.
You've won 2 promotions previously with Scunthorpe, but to do it this way, how does that compare?
That's top of the tree, definitely. I I'm lost for words at the moment. I just can't believe that we've pulled it back, really. So we've got a great team here, the spirit's here, and we're going to celebrate long into the night.
I bet you are. Last word with yourself, Martin. Looking at the way you came back from going behind in this game, what does it say about the character of this Scunthorpe team?
It's unbelievable. I know the lads had it in them. I mean, I thought we were playing the better team in the first half. I thought we were unlucky to come off behind. We knew if we kept going, kept the tempo, that we'd nick a goal.
It's going to be a great day and a great celebration for your part of the world, isn't it?
It definitely is, yeah.
Well, congratulations on the result, the success. You're also the Powerade man of the match. Matt, if you did the honours for us, please.
Great goal, Suggs.
Well done, guys.
Well, well done to Scunthorpe. Vastly outnumbered in the seats, but it was the numbers on the pitch which mattered in the end. That's 3 promotions and 1 relegation for Scunthorpe in the last 5 years. Let's go to the Scunthorpe manager. There he is, Nigel Atkins. He's with Brynlaw.
Nigel, you look an emotional wreck.
Emotional's the word, dearie me. What a magnificent group of people. 60 games we've played this year. Bounced back from the horrible feeling of defeat, and we've come and won it absolutely brilliant.
Martin Wolford involved in all 3 goals. You were going to substitute him just before the second goal.
Listen, 10 minutes left to go, and we just thought it was 2-2 then. Well, just before the goal, we just needed to get a goal and somehow get back in it. It's out there. The lads have done great, both sets of players, because that is hot. And, you know, he just wanted to try and... We needed a goal, you know, and all of a sudden he's done a bit of magic, because that's what he is. And we've gone and scored a goal, then he goes and scores the winner. So, what a fantastic group of people they are. Every day they wear the socks off. Brilliant. Proud for them.
Terrific game.
Thank you. Yeah. We're looking afterwards. It's just about winning, wasn't it? It was, we tried to pass the ball. Pitch is beautiful. Brought our own pitch. Makes it help, didn't it? So, listen, we've won, and that's what it was about, wasn't it?
Nigel, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. And this was the final whistle. And Nigel Atkins realising he was back in the Championship. Little Scunthorpe have done a fantastic job. And there they go up for their trophy and the celebrations. And Peter, that's a wonderful story. If you support Scunthorpe, the last 5 years, the end of season has been full of drama, hasn't it?
Incredible roller coaster rise. It's a fantastic achievement from Nigel. You know, he got promotion in his first year, full year as manager, and to come back from, you know, the disappointment of relegation with the same bunch of lads, basically, a couple of little changes there. He done well in the transfer market, and you know, full credit to him. But you know, hats off to Millwall. Absolutely incredible game. Both sides intent on going forward and scoring goals. And tremendous advert for the division.
As you say, in the conditions as well, getting off 100 degrees of heat out there, Fahrenheit, and both sets of players gave everything they had.
Absolutely, and it just shows the importance of substitutions as well. You know, Nigel went in there with a game plan, and it's worked for them. And after the negativity surrounding the 3-2 defeat in the Johnson's paint, it would have been easy for him to come here. When they went 2-1 down, to stop believing, they didn't. You know, and he instills belief in the players.
Out of the 2, he'd choose this one, all Scunthorpe.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, absolutely. From a financial point of view and on the CV of any player or manager.
OK, let's go back to the stadium for our trophy lift, and the commentator's Ian Dark again. Ian.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, well, these Scunthorpe supporters are just waiting for that moment, which will mean that Scunthorpe United are back in the Championship. As the boys were telling you there, their 3rd promotion this in the last 5 years. The last time, the only time they've ever won a playoff final was back in 1999 when they beat Leyton Orient to get out of the basement. Well, I think tonight they're going to party like it's 1999 all over again. Cliff Byrne, who gets married this summer, gets, well, an early present, doesn't he? That trophy here that he's going to lift. A great moment in his career and for the career of all of those players. In what's been a terrific game here, they have taken Scunthorpe United, little Scunthorpe, back into the 2nd tier of English football. A club who 5 years ago were 90th in the Football League.
Just shows the progress they've made. Should enjoy every second of this success, because to come back 2-1 down and just snatch the game after losing here to Luton is absolutely magnificent.
Quite rightly, they're all taking a turn, lifting that piece of silverware. I'll tell you something, though, I have to pay great tribute here to the Millwall supporters, a lot of whom have stayed behind. They've been very dignified. They clapped Scunthorpe at the end. And to be honest and fair, that was a game that could have gone either way.
Oh, it certainly could. Like we both said, it's one of the best games we've seen this season. Full of everything, action-packed from start to finish. And you're right about the fans. They were dignified. They were applauding. I think the Millwall players have got to take a massive amount of credit for the way they approached the game as well.
That desolation for them, just well, tears for souvenirs really. At the end of the day, they have to go back, try and do it all over again. Poor old Kenny Jackett, who lost here, didn't he, in the 1984 FA Cup final as well, for Watford against Everton, as well as now a couple of playoff final defeats in recent seasons. Nigel Adkins, well, they thought he was just a physio who'd been made up to be a manager, but he's proved to be something rather more than that. Ian Barraclough, the coach as well.
Yeah, pleased for him, played with him late in my career. Fantastic lad, great attitude.
Hats off to all of them for keeping these players on the go for 60 games. And my goodness me, the 60th was the most memorable of the lot. That little pot is going back to Lincolnshire. Late goal from man of the match, Martin Wolford, who was picked up from York City last summer. Scunthorpe are promoted, and it's tough luck for Millwall, but many congratulations for the players in claret.
Absolutely right. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Gary. Nigel's favourite saying is outcome goals and process goals. It's not a very catchy saying.
It isn't, no, there's better ones.
But that's a tremendous outcome, isn't it?
It's incredible. I mean, during the course of the season, 82 goals in league and cup competitions, you know, 102. So you can't back against them. They lost in a 5-goal thriller here. We said in the JPT, and they've won a 5-goal thriller here as well. So, and it's not just the players and Nigel, it's the people behind the scenes at the club like Scunthorpe. You know, it was rescued from the brink by the chairman, who hadn't been well, and it's a fitting end. Matt Sparrow 2 goals, and then his testimonial, yeah, you know, Cliffy Byrne sort of captain and getting married, you know. He's in for his toughest test yet.
It wasn't Gary Hooper's day today, was it? But does that mean they'll be able to hang on to him, do you think?
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, what he's got to remember is, you know, Scunthorpe showed faith in him. I think they only paid about 175 grand for him from Southend. He's repaid them with goals, and I think deserves to have a chance with Scunthorpe in the Championship. But I have to say as well, 17th, you know, worst supported side in the division, but the budget as well, George, is reflected in that. So this is an incredible achievement for this football club.
They could be playing Newcastle United next season.
Well, you never know, you know, look at the clubs that are going to drop down into the division, fantastic reputations, and that's what you do week in, week out. You go against, that's what you want as a footballer, to test your own reputation against them, and, you know, incredible scenes. And, you know, we said about the fans from Millwall, you know, 44,000. Hopefully they can look back on a season, you know, nearly but not quite, but the chance that they've got to progress, you know, if they keep that band of players together, real heroes like Neil Harris, you know, one-man club, fantastic.
Do you think the experience they had in the Championship will stand them in good stead, both from the manager's point of view and the players?
Absolutely, because Nigel knows, you know, the fine margins, you know, the preparation, absolutely everything, and it's proved to here today, you know, with his substitutions, with his squad, the squad he got together. A special mention, I think, Andy Crosby. You know, I mean, he's 400-year-old, he is. His legs went 200 years ago, and he played 120 minutes against MK Dons and a full 90 again today, and he's been a tower of strength in these last couple of games when experience has been everything.
It's a fantastic first half, wasn't it? But, you know, the second half was almost as good in some situations, maybe even better in terms of the drama.
Yeah, it went through a quiet spell, and it was because Wolford had gone out the game. They couldn't get in the ball, but they were shown their devastating effect. Lovely 1-2. Paul Ayres being strong and playing him in there, picks out a good cross, and there's Matt Sparrow, like he did when he got his other goal, locking out that far post. Didn't panic, tremendously
in the heat of
cool
Wembley.
there.
How cool was that?
Incredible, and it was a fantastic goal. And he's the one. They ring the edge of the box. They get the shots in. Great defending by Millwall. Wolford comes through, and it's the great first touch that sets him up. We see him take it out of his feet onto his natural left foot there. That's a great touch, eliminates the 7, the defender there, puts his foot through it, hits the target. That's the important thing. You know, I don't think you can ask questions to keep when from that distance.
One thing, Peter, Gary Alexander scored 2 goals. He'd probably go to sleep worrying this nightmare about this miss.
It's amazing. It's a fantastic cross, and he's in the middle of the goals, and we all expected the net to bulge. And, you know, nobody in the ground, including Gary Alexander himself, couldn't believe that, you know, he hadn't scored it. And this is you know, I think Joe Murphy will be criticised for the second goal as far as Gary Alexander's concerned. But look at this. What a save right in the last minutes. That was at 3-2. That was Neil Harris. You think the script would be written. Unbelievable. And look at these scenes now.
Yes, Scunthorpe back in the Coca-Cola Championship for next season.
Nigel Atkins doing his inspirational speaking as well. You know, he's a tremendous film watcher. Great sport and films with loads of speeches.
Well, you know, at the end of the Johnson Spain Trophy, when they lost, he said, remember the feeling. Yeah. Remember how this is hurting you today, because when you go back, or if you go back, you'll need to remember how it hurts.
Well, you've got to draw on everything that you can use, you know, particularly if you're at a club that's got limited finances. You've got to get the best out of your players. And if that's physically or mentally, you know, everything, you've got to use everything in your power to do it. And Nigel's tapped into every source he possibly could.
Just a word for Millwall, if they can bring 44,000 to any stadium, like it's just unbelievable support for them. Surely they can build on that and get back again.
Yeah, definitely, and they've got to draw on the strength of resolve, you know, as Scunthorpe have. You know, if they come back next year, I'm sure they'll be stronger for this experience.
And next season for them again, do you think automatic possibly?
Very definitely, yeah. I think
in a very tough Coca-Cola League One.
Very tough Coca-Cola League One, but I think, you know, if they get the playoffs again next season with the teams that have come down, they'll have made an incredible achievement.
They're off their way then to Wembley Way and beyond down to South London for Millwall. Sad, but it's been a great season for Kenny Jackett and his team. Tomorrow then, it's the final act in the playoff drama. Burnley against Sheffield United, 2 o'clock, Sky Sports 1 and HD1 for the right to play in the Premier League. Who'll stay in the Premier League? Survival Sunday next. Aston Villa against Newcastle, Sky Sports 1 and HD1. Hull against Manchester United from 4 o'clock on Sky Sports 3 and HD3. And you can access Sunderland against Chelsea from 4 o'clock on Sky Sports 3 through the red button. It's a big thank you to Peter Beagrie. Thanks a lot, Peter, for your company. We've had a fantastic day here. Bye for now.